All right, so ever since I had to come back around, but it ain't got nothing to do with what I was talking about earlier. Ever since I watched the premiere that Dropping Them did, my heart been heavy because what was it? The beverage manager? I think it was the beverage manager. The way he just, I'm not going to say Sean isn't the word I'm looking for, but kind of like he didn't want to talk about it. It was kind of like not, I don't know, it was eerie, and I kind of wish it was just excuse me, y'all. I kind of wish it was just dropping gears because I felt like DC had had a little bit too much to drink by the time they got there, and had he been maybe sober, maybe he would have been different. I don't know, but just 8 years later, and to see them walk through there and knowing from day one what we saw, um, the lives we watched, everything, everything. Hey, Miss Cena. Hey, King Bit, everything, y'all. My heart has been so heavy, y'all. It really has. And if anybody, because the internet was saying, it ain't real. It's this person. It's that person. And now that I look back on all of it, all that was crazy because y'all was playing with someone's child that lost her life. Yes, they all played a part. The hotel. I believe the hotel played a big part, but my heart was so heavy and it was eerie, and I'm glad they got out of there. But it was just something to watch them walk the. Yeah, too much, but yeah, I feel like if he wasn't as tipsy, because he made some good points, even though he lied to us and told us that he was her cousin. But back then, when everything was going on and everybody was doing their research and speaking about it, he had some points. You understand what I'm saying? But I feel like he was more withdrawn because he was in Chicago and maybe kind of close, you know. And then people was losing their life. And now that I'm sitting here today, 8 years later, and looking back on how many people that has lost their life, man, when that stuff happened with Kate 420, when her house got on fire and all the threats and all that, at one point in time, all of us had our real names on here. After that happened, a lot of us, changed our names. So, like, my name was my real name, and I switched my name to Vonni. Yeah, I was scared. Yeah, and then he like, how did you get back here? They just walked back there. And he said they threw the whole freezer away. Threw the whole freezer away. Why? Why? It's a lot of things. And y'all know when it comes to Rosemont, if I'm remembering right, the fire department, the police department, all of them are the same people. All those are the same people. Like, I ain't on here too long, y'all, but because, like I said, I got a big day ahead of me tomorrow and this weekend. My heart has been so heavy. I had to come on here and say it. I had to. What's up? Hey, big bro. How the friends was being blamed. Now, do I think, living that type of life in Chicago, did they have some type of beef? I believe so, but do I think they were the reason? No, I really do in my heart believe, she got somebody spiked their drink and they seen a beautiful young woman walking tipsy through the hallways, and they grabbed her up and did what they did. I really believe that. That's just what I believe. It was just scary to see. Um, Look at 8 years later, and then when you think about everybody, like I said, that was saying the stuff won't real, or just lying. A lot of it was done for clicks and views, and they tried to say it would drop there for clicks and views, but it wasn't. In my opinion, hey Gears, what's up, Gears? He was one of the people that was telling the truth about it. Actually doing his research and going live and telling us everything that was seen. Hold on, y'all. Yeah, so Gears, I'm glad y'all got out there safe because that what was it? That was it the beverage manager, Gears? Who was it? As soon as y'all walked in, I recognized them from jump. And then when the premiere came out, just went back and thank you, Kingpin, thank you. Show him from back then, but you can just see it's the same person, and he wasn't trying to talk about it. And it just leads back to when it was going on when it first happened. Everybody was on the right road. Well, Drop for one was on the right road. He was. He really was. Yeah, the bed. Okay, I thought so. He was on the right road. But like I said, that time I don't think I don't think nobody was going to get charged or nothing like that. The justice that could be served was served. It was just real scary to look at it, and it was just scary, knowing. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, it was just real scary to me, and it made everything make. I kind of it made sense back then, but it really made sense as y'all coming back how he act and. Oh my goodness. It was just crazy. How did you feel about it? Thank you, Miss Cena. It's tomorrow, but thank you. How did you feel about that, Gears? I know it had to be not scary because I seen you strapped up, but it had to be, kind of weird to walk through there and take the same steps she took as I was watching it before y'all even got to them. It was eerie to me. Hey, Cena, how are you? Thanks for coming in. I really don't think it was the friends. I really think it was the hotel. I'm serious. Like I said, looking back on it and seeing what's going on nowadays, nobody has no friends. That's how I feel, especially when you are a beautiful girl. Jealousy jealousy is the root of all evil. That's how I feel. It's terrible, and I think she had a lot of jealous friends. Well, so-called friends they were jealous of her, and I think some shit went down in the hotel. Not just that night. The rumors that was going around. I really think some shit was going on. Some shit went down in that hotel when they saw her, and probably that she was doing something that she wasn't. You understand what I'm saying? And they tried it, and when they tried it, she gave them a run for their money. It was crazy seeing it in person. Just seeing the same. She said, "Right." The latest part was said, "Do it back." Right. And asking y'all how y'all get back here. They just walked. Was it supposed to be blocked off? I mean, the question is, how did she get where she was? That's the question because that should have been blocked off. And then you asked about the freezer, and the man said, "Threw it away, the whole freezer." Wow, wow. But there's nothing that can be done now. I just came to say it just shows that y'all was on the right path from jump. Yeah, some jokes, some things because they was accusing people of stuff. So yeah, some little jokes would do were through in there every now and then, but for the most part, Drop was on the right path. Gears, oh y'all was, yeah, y'all was on the right path. And salute to y'all. Real talk, salute to y'all. It was just weighing heavy on my heart, and I just wanted to see was I the only one feeling that way? Not you know what people over there saying DC will need a friend. Is that no? I'm not even talking about that. I'm just it just was weird. It was weird. Kind of gave me goosebumps. Yes. Wow. Wow. Mm, mm, mm. It just makes sense. Everything is making more sense. And I don't know. I know you remember years, but I don't know if anybody else remember. Remember them two ladies that came on when it first happened? The news, y'all. Y'all remember them ladies that came on the news? Okay, so remember the news with the ladies? One lady was at work and the other lady had recorded the news. And by the time she got off the news, by the time she got off of work, the news was doing and saying something different. Yeah, I remember that. It's just sad. It's really sad. And then to see what's going on now, how Miss T was disrespected, and how many people, like I said, has lost their life. Um, Let me say this: Munchie was one of the ones that came on here and was like, the GDs want y'all to stop saying their name and this, that, and the third. She was one of the ones that called in. I don't know if y'all remember, but she was one of the ones that called in and was threatening, threatening the people that was looking into the case. Basically trying to help a mother that asked for help. I don't know if y'all remember that. I don't know if this was before or after Kate's house had caught fire or whatever. But she was one. I don't know if y'all remember. Then you had the other lady, was a security guard. They had a mustache too. I think there was people was getting her and Nietzsche confused with each other back then. But yeah, it was just crazy, and it just Jesus. It really was weighing on my heart. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I had to come on here and see was I the only one. And they both had mustache. I'm talking about. I know you remember years. She was a security guard, and she had like a shortcut, like a jury girl. I think she wore glasses, and she had a mustache as well, just like Munchie. Okay, okay, all right, y'all. Listen, it's just all coming together for me. It really is. I remember I was taking notes back then. It's crazy. Damn. And it's sad. It's really sad. And DC, you ain't had the lot of people to tell people that you was her cousin. Child. Oh, like I said, this internet is undefeated. But salute to y'all, Gears Drop and DC. Salute to all three of y'all. And salute to y'all debunking. Years, you debunked some shit that for years. He said, look, stretch both arms out and Munchies all about child. Yeah, I don't even want to talk about it on this live, but I talked about it on the little short live I did yesterday. Sleeping snacks. But yeah, we did. And it kind of took me back there, Miss Tina. I didn't want to say it, but it definitely took me back there. It was on, since I seen the premiere, it was on my mind that whole day, the whole day and night, just to see how he, like I said, the beverage manager was trying to shun them, and they won't do nothing but ask the questions. I mean, it's 8 years later. Why can't you answer simple questions? Hey, Clarence, how you doing, boo? This was weird to me. And we ain't gonna get nothing. I'm not. I mean, even if somebody was to, I see people still looking into it. You might as well wrap it up because nothing else is going to happen. All that was done, that could be done, was done. Like I said, the justice that could be served is done. Y'all coming out here bashing Mama T and stuff like that. It's crazy. It was just crazy. Especially living out there in Chicago where a lot of things, I mean, it's crazy out there from just me living here and just looking at what's going on. It's crazy out there. And there's a lot of people that's in Chicago didn't even want to touch it, and I understand why. I understood why then, but I understand even more now. And there ain't really too much I can say about it. Oh, God. It just took me back, took me way back. I ain't gonna lie. Remember when Chosen Rob and who else was it? Marco went there. So you can just, you know what? I'ma save it. I was ready to say no. I'm gonna say it. You can see the difference in the two because when they went there, it was like they were just, I don't know what the fuck they were doing, but you see how instantly when Drop Gears in DC, because DC was with them, went there, they instantly came in contact with the beverage manager, and you get what I'm saying. You can just see the difference, and you can just tell. Like it just makes you think, especially since Rob was from Chicago. It just makes you think. It really does. And I was thinking, I ain't gonna lie, I couldn't, I couldn't even sleep. It was, I just was thinking. Even though I came live and then was speaking about other stuff, I had to hit this live and say this. Oh my goodness. It, and then there's another case I'm looking into, and they got agents on here, posing as content creators, and that made me like, what was going on back then? Because Drop Gears definitely getting somewhere. Was definitely getting somewhere back then. You understand, man? It's all making sense. There's no point of bringing it back up. I just wanted to come to, hit my life and just say how I felt and what I'm seeing. It's crazy, man. Like, they don't even care about us, yo. Joseph was scared as fuck. Like, yes. He did, Miss Tina. He was in that daggone passenger seat shaking. And I don't got nothing against Chosen today. And Mama Chosen, love you to death, baby, but it is what it is. It is what it is. I mean, you can't rewrite history, so it is what it is. Wow, man. I'm gonna go because I got a big day ahead of me. But salute to y'all. You just can tell the difference and who was really here looking for justice, and who was here, for clicks and views. You understand what I'm saying? And that's how I feel about it. When people say it's different sides to J4K, it is. And one of those sides was really looking for justice, trying to find justice. You understand? I said, and let's go forever be J4K. Rest in peace, Kalika. Man, y'all really brought back some memories. And kind of gave, I ain't even gonna say kind of closure, because nothing else can happen. But if guilty was a person, that beverage manager, oh my God. Just asking simple questions. It's over with. It's over with, guys. It was a tragic accident. It wasn't, but whatever. Whatever. All right, y'all be easy. Again, salute to y'all ears. Much love, y'all.